Hey everybody, how's it going this evening? Oh my gosh, it's so nice to see you all. We've got a number of things happening tonight, and I'm just so stoked that you're here. We're going to have a community conversation, which is going to be wonderful. Um, and I'm jazzed about that. Trying to sort out a couple of images here. There we go. All right. Oh my gosh. And we've got so many things to tell you about that are coming up really soon. One of them being the Sarda Cabaret. If you weren't listening to me last week, listen to me this week, because we're going to be having a cabaret here in town. I'll give you some more information and a couple of slides on that, but we're so happy you're here tonight. If you're here for the first time with us on Twitch, hello. We are Sarda Theaters. We are a wonderful support group for community theater. We've been around for almost 40 years. Wow, that's a long time. Doing this is new. This is only about a year and a few months old, us doing Twitch, but we're happy to be out here sharing with you. The pandemic has taught us a number of things, and one of them is that people get their information in different ways. So we want to make sure that we're here sharing information with you. We've got some special announcements to share with you also tonight. And as I was about to say, if you're here for the first time, welcome. We're so glad you're here. Please click the little heart and follow us. We would love to have you following us, and you'll get the notifications each week when we show up to do this. We're usually here every Tuesday night. Sometimes we do special events where we'll have community conversations with some of the people who are out there doing some amazing things in our local theater area, and there's a lot. Wait until we get into the slides tonight. There's a lot going on right now. We also have some of our own special events to tell you about, and special events that some of the other theaters are doing when they're having really cool things happening. We want to let you know what's going on. So if your theater is doing something that's kind of amazing, we want to share that with our audience too. So please make sure you're letting us know. Contact us at sarda.com. Go to our website. You can put your information in for our community calendar. We'll get that uploaded and shared with everybody. We would love to do that for you. I'm not sure why this isn't working, but there we go. That's having a bit of an issue there. Okay, there we go. We'd love to share our community calendar with you. You can fill in that information yourself. All you have to do is go to our website and take care of that, and we will let everybody know what's going on at your theater area. If you want to give a shout out, say something in the chat, I will see it, and I will say good evening and welcome to Sarda Theaters. This week at the Theater Spotlight Sacramento, there's a lot happening. So let's get on to our special events and announcements, because this is one of our biggest ones that we want to share with you. The Big Day of Giving comes around every year. It's always the first Thursday in May. This year, it's May the 4th. Go ahead, make your jokes. May the 4th be with you. I know you got to say it. You're thinking it. I can see you thinking it. Okay. May the 4th is the big day of giving, but giving starts on April 20th. That's in 2 days. 2 days. You can go ahead and start giving this week. And if you go to the Big Day of Giving website, you can just search all of the nonprofits. I don't even know the number of nonprofits this year that are participating in the Big Day of Giving. There's so many of them. We're all in alphabetical order. There's a number of the theaters that are participating. In fact, I'm going to check that. And next week when I come to share with you, I'm going to tell you which ones of the theaters are participating in the Big Day of Giving so that we can make sure we're supporting all of these local community theaters. This is our one big opportunity as nonprofits to really connect with our community, let them know who we are and what we're about, and get those donations. And there's a lot of ways that we can get in-kind support and things like that. So it's really important that you, as a donor, as a patron of the arts, go ahead, check out Big Day of Giving's website. Look for the SARTA link, and I've put it over here. It's bigdayofgiving.org/organization/SARTA. If you type that in to your web browser, or just go to Big Day of Giving and type in SARTA Theaters, or just SARTA. I typed in SARTA and it came right up. It'll take you to our page for Big Day of Giving and have all the information about us, and that'll be the place that you can donate. Please donate early, and let me tell you, I'm going to have some details about it, but all those early donors, if you donate early, we're putting your names in for a drawing. We've got some amazing gifts. I've had all kinds of things appearing at my home today. We're making up these spectacular gift baskets. I don't know how many of you like wine and cheese and chocolate and things like that, but we've got some of those coming in gift baskets. We've got some gift baskets of care products from around our town, things from some of our local breweries and things like that. We've got other things that are coming that, we're being surprised with, because people are donating things for us to be able to use for our drawings so that we can thank our donors, because we appreciate you all. And we thank you for the help that you give us. We were sharing at board meeting just this past Monday that we've done our first scholarship for the year, $300 for a young person to be able to participate in some of the theater camp events that are going on. And I personally think that's amazing and wonderful. And, we need to do more of that, because if you can get a child started in theater, they have got something that they can hold on to and use to really broaden their horizons for the rest of their life. It will be a huge benefit to them to be able to participate in that. So anytime that we can help, we're doing that. We also have a theater stipend program that we're kicking off this year, where theaters can apply to us at SARTA for, whatever it is you need money for, to buy rights for the next show that you're trying to do, to make sure you have enough money to cover the lease of a theater. And I know a lot of our theater groups are having to do that because there just aren't a lot of them who can afford a theater space. A theater space is an expensive thing to support and maintain. So many of our theater groups are doing this in already existing spaces. So they have to pay rent, they have to pay leases, they have to pay rights for the shows that they're going to do. They have to get costumes and all kinds of other things together. That costs money, and community theater people usually don't have a whole lot of that. So any way we can support that here at SARTA, or you as a donor can help support them, this is really important. So we really encourage you to support us, support our other community theaters on that Big Day of Giving. Like I said, next week I'm going to go down a list of which community theaters are participating in Big Dog. And I want you to go out there and if you give each one of them $20, that's going to be an amazing boost if all of you, end up doing something like that. So think about what you want to give. Think about your giving for the year and how you can help support some of these amazing nonprofits that we have in our town. And hear me say, it's not just the theater community. There's a lot of good nonprofits out there. I know I give to several of them also. So consider that. Starts on April 20th. You got 2 more days to figure out what you want to donate and get that in there, okay? Big Day of Giving. I'll browbeat you about this a little later on in the next week's issue of Spotlight Sacramento. So trust me, you'll hear about it again. All right, moving on. Here we go. We're having a cabaret. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is going to be so exciting. We actually finalized a lot of the moving parts for this today, and I want you to join us for this evening of music and celebration of some of Sacramento's most talented musical vocal artists. We have so much talent in this town. It is unbelievable. And so many of them have shown up for SARTA to help us with this fundraising event. This is like the kickoff for our big day of giving event. It's going to be on April 29th. That's Saturday, April 29th at 7 o'clock in the evening at Parkside Community Church over on 5700 South Land Park Drive. This is at the corner of Land Park Drive and 35th Street. So if you've ever been over in that area, there's all sorts of shopping. There's really cool coffee shops. There's a couple of nice restaurants. But the church is there. Refreshments are going to be free or for a donation. We'll just have a can out there. If you want to put something in, great. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. We're just glad you're there. Tickets are on sale now. Go to SARDA's website and you can get your tickets for the cabaret right now. It's a really good deal because children are only $5. Under 12, $5. If you're a student, it's only $10. So we've tried to make this affordable for everybody to be able to come and enjoy this evening of music. So for more information, to purchase your tickets, please go to our website, sarda.com, and get your tickets for the Sarda Cabaret that's coming up soon, okay? All right, I want to see you all there. I always say that. You see me out and about, say hello. I want to see you there so you can say hello. So now, let's talk about the auditions that are coming up. So get those resumes and headshots together because we've got some people who need to have you on their stage. And the first one is an emergency casting call. Sutter Street Theater is putting on a production of Cabaret, but they need some men for the following characters in Cabaret. And these are all important parts. I mean, Major Chewy, wonderful parts. Come on, fellas, you know you want to do this. So if you think you can be a part of this production, the show is going to run on Fridays and Saturdays at 7:30 and Sundays at 4:30, starting May 26th. And run through June 25th. And the rehearsals are Monday through Thursday evenings, April 15th through May 25th. So they just started rehearsals. There can be no conflicts for Tech Week. You've got to be there. Tech Week is one of those things. If you're not a theater person, just say Tech Week to a theater person and watch them flinch a little bit. Sort of draw back and go, oh, because Tech Week is intense. This is when you've been practicing, rehearsing, and everything else, and now you're actually putting it all together and getting every last bug out before you put it on stage that opening weekend. Tech Week is wonderful and terrifying all at the same time. So you can usually work around any rehearsal conflicts if they're minor, but if you think you can be a part of this cast for Cabaret, this is a show you've always wanted to do, and let's face it, Cabaret is an amazing show. Then get in touch with them, please. Call the theater for more information. The director's information is on this slide, so you can grab it there, or you can go to the website for Sutter Street Theater and get more information on auditioning for Cabaret. They need several good men. Looks like six parts here are up for grabs. Speaking of more good men, You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown is auditioning on April 22nd. That's coming up this weekend at 10 a.m. You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown is a classic with a lot of great songs. It's a wonderful review to do. This show has been around for years, and it's always just a heartwarming, wonderful thing. So if you want to audition for You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, Sutter Street Theater is putting this on, and the auditions are coming up on Saturday, April 22nd. Another one that's a wonderful classic and just a great show to go and see. But how would you like to be in it? Sweeney Todd. Sweeney Todd is always so much fun. The auditions for this one are going to be Sunday, April 30th at 7:30 p.m. or Monday, May 1st at 7:30 p.m. They're going to do callbacks on May 2nd, which is Tuesday. This is going to be directed by Steve Isaacson with musical direction by Kylie Jackson. So Davis Musical Theater Company is looking for folks who would like to audition for Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. Another set of auditions coming up at the beautiful Volcano Theaters up in Volcano, California. The Volcano Theater Company is looking for people to audition for its production called Silent Sky by Lauren Gunderson. It's going to be put on stage in August 11th through September 9th. So yes, we're getting it out there early. Auditions are April 29th and again on May 1st, and they're looking for 4 women and 1 man. Auditions will be April 29th at 2 and May 21st at 6 at the Volcano Amphitheater. And I've shared with you before how beautiful the theaters are up in Volcano. Their amphitheater is this huge open air space where you're surrounded by trees and forest, and at night when the sun goes away, it's just a canopy of stars and beautiful pine trees that you're sitting under watching theater. It can't be a more idyllic place to go and enjoy some theater. So you just need to do this. If nothing else, you need to go up there and see a show, but you definitely might want to audition for this production of Silent Sky. And I'll be talking about this again later on in the show because, we've got it as part of our coming soon also. But let's talk about what's playing right now in our local theaters for Sacramento, because there's a lot going on. There's a lot happening. Here's one that I think is touted as hysterical. I need to go and see it. Hand to God. Yeah, it's a puppet show, y'all. You're right. It's puppets, and it's these wonderful sock puppets. This has been started on March 31st, and it's playing through April 30th. So you still have plenty of time to go and see this show. Fridays and Saturdays at 7 o'clock, and then Sundays at 2 o'clock. Tickets for the show are only $20, and let's face it, for $20 you can get into a movie, but $20 you could see live theater. Hand to God is a comedy with a bunch of foul-mouthed puppets, so if you like that kind of humor, this is just for you. Tickets are $20 and available online, or you can email r25theater@gmail.com. And they make a note, this show contains adult language, so just because it has puppets doesn't mean it's for children, okay? This is not a children's show. Parking around the theater is free, and concessions will be available for Hand to God. This is happening tomorrow night. It is one night only. Sierra Stages is presenting its production called 4,000 Miles. It's going to be at the Miners Foundry at Sierra Stages, and they're presenting the installment of their long-running Theater by the Book series. One night only. Again, this is tomorrow night. So if you want tickets for this, you need to contact them right away and get your tickets for 4,000 Miles, because after tomorrow night, it's gone. This is also the final weekend for the award-winning playwright Victoria Goldblatt's production of 6 short plays called Voices. One of the other playwrights in this series is a woman, a local writer, director, actress, Maggie Upton. But the majority of these are written by Victoria Goldblatt. And it's 6 short plays in search of one's authentic self, as they put it. And I'm so excited this evening because we got a chance to record a community conversation with Victoria Goldblatt. So I'm going to share that with you tonight toward the end of our Twitch stream, so that you can hear from the author's mouth some of her thoughts and dreams and aspirations for putting this particular show on. So it's played April 14th, 15th, and 16th, and it's playing again this week, the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, and then it's gone. So if you've got time this weekend to go see an amazing show, consider Voices. Now, if you want something wonderfully silly and funny, Warp and Woof, Dogs in Space, is playing at Sutter Street Theater. This will be hysterical. It's playing through the 29th of this month. So you do have time to get your tickets. I'm sorry, it's not at Sutter Street. Pardon me. It's at R25. There's so many of these wonderful small theater spaces, I start getting them confused myself. This is at the R25 complex. If you've ever been to R25, they're really revitalizing themselves down there. They've got 3 different stages. They have the one called California Stage, which is their biggest stage. Then they've got one at the Wilkerson Theater, which is sort of their medium-sized stage. It's about a 40-something person house. Then they've got the Three Penny Theater, which is their smaller stage, which is about 26 seats, 28 seats or so. So depending upon the intimacy and intensity of the show, you've got 3 different theater spaces down there that you can work through. So if you are a theater company that might be looking for a space, this might be a good idea for you. Contact R25. They're doing wonderful things like Warp and Woof, Dogs in Space. The Cobblestone Theater in lovely Volcano is putting on this production right now. It's called The Prisoner of Second Avenue, and it's a play by Neil Simon. Neil Simon is one of our American gem playwrights, writes wonderful, poignant comedies. This will be a great one. It's running Friday and Saturday evenings at 7:30, and it's Sunday matinees at 2 o'clock through through May 14th. Seating is limited in the historic theater because it's in the Cobblestone. It's a little bit smaller. It's a cool thing, though, because it's right across the street from that big amphitheater I was just talking about earlier, where they're going to do Silent Sky this summer. So if you want to go up to Volcano, check it out. Probably all the snow has melted by now, so you can actually get through the passes because it's up the hill a ways. But it is so worth the drive to go up there and check out not only the lovely little town of Volcano, but the amazing theater that they put on up there. Prisoner of Second Avenue is playing right now at the Cobblestone Theater in Volcano, California. Celebration Arts, one of our premier theater companies here in town, has another outstanding show, which is directed by Imani Mitchell, called What to Send Up When It Goes Down. It's by Alicia Harris, and it's playing through the 30th of this month at Celebration Arts. It's characterized as a play, pageant, ritual, homegoing celebration in response to the physical and spiritual deaths of Black people as a result of racialized violence. This is also a part of Celebration Arts' season of awakening. They are really calling a light as the premier African American theater company in our town to the plight of people of color, particularly Black Americans, and some of the challenges that we face on a daily basis. So this is not your feel-good kind of theater. This is more challenging to you. But it's also, where theater becomes a reflection of life. And it's good that life is reflected to us sometimes because we need to stop and take a really hard look at what we're doing. What to Send Up When It Goes Down by Alicia Harris. Now, for something a little lighter weight, the Sophia Theater has just opened its production of Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, it's that fuzzy little bear and Christopher Robin and all those heartwarming stories by A.A. Milne that you remember from when you were a child. This will be a wonderful, wonderful way for you to reconnect with these lovable stories, these amazing characters, Pooh and Piglet and Tigger, and all the other cool animals that live in the 100-acre woods. So, get your friends, get your family, or just take yourself for a treat and go see Winnie the Pooh at the Sophia Theater. It's playing right now. Whoops, sorry about that. Didn't mean to go too fast. So, we've got Victorium Legal Incorporated underwriting the Mel Brooks musical, Young Frankenstein. Mel Brooks has really had a revival here recently. I don't know how many of you are watching the current show, which is History of the World. If any of you remember the movie that was done some decades ago, History of the World Part 1. Well, History of the World Part 2 is now a TV show. And I've watched a few episodes, and I got to tell you, it's pretty funny. So he's been the classic master of tongue-in-cheek humor for ages. Young Frankenstein is also a classic. Gene Wilder, Madeline Kahn, oh my goodness, Terry Gilliam. So many people in that show that you want to see. Kenneth Mars was just hysterical. So the Woodland Opera House is presenting its version of Young Frankenstein, the musical. It's going to be playing through May 7th, so you've got time to go and see it. So get your tickets soon. Fridays and Saturdays at 7:30 p.m. and Sundays at 2 o'clock. I love 2 o'clock matinees because you can always have a time in the middle of the day to get to one of those. You can see a lot of theater in a weekend if you put it together the right way. Now we'll get to Sylvia. She was just trying to get there a little too soon for us. This is coming to Chautauqua Playhouse, and this show is called Sylvia, and it's, yes, about a dog. It's about a dog and the couple who adopt this dog, and the emotional and social machinations that go on between them. The frustrations of one person who gets to share with the dog, who becomes the dog's friends, and the rival for affection of the person's significant other, who doesn't understand why this person is so connected to this dog. Sylvia. It's playing at the Chautauqua Playhouse right now, and it's playing through May 14th. Another one that's opening now, playing through May 14th, is Harvey. And this is at the Sutter Street Theater. If you've ever seen, yes, I know, you're saying, wasn't that a movie? Yeah, it was. Starred Jimmy Stewart. And it's a wonderful old movie of him and his 6-foot rabbit that he saw named Harvey, who's a puka, who he was always talking to, and everybody thought he was a little crazy. This is a Pulitzer Prize winning comedy by Mary Chase, and it's the story of this lovely old gentleman who has his friend Harvey the puka, who he's constantly chatting with, and his embarrassed sister, and all the people who just think they need to have him committed because he's crazy, but he's not. Harvey exists. This is a wonderful, wonderful show. Get your reservations now. Sutter Street Theater is putting on Harvey, the Invisible Rabbit. Harvey by Mary Chase. Get your tickets. Go enjoy some funny theater. Well, that's what's playing right now, but trust me, we've got a lot of things that are opening this weekend, and I've tried to line them up in order, so hopefully I got it all together, because some of these are opening on Friday night. And then we've got the others that'll roll out in the next few weeks. So let's take a look at what's coming soon. And there's a fair few items that are coming soon. So hang on. Let's get this show on the road. The first one I want to share with you is Green Valley Theater Company's production, Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, it does say the 80s rock musical. That's what it says. Romeo and Juliet, the 80s rock musical. This is opening this weekend on Friday, April 21st, and will be playing through May 14th. This is adapted from the play by William Shakespeare. It's going to be performed at the Westminster Presbyterian Church downtown on 1300 N Street, N as in Nancy. And they say that essentially they've just taken Shakespeare's timeless love story and turned it into an MTV music video, right? I've had the privilege of going to one rehearsal and listening to the music, and I found myself singing along the whole evening. You know these songs. It's going to be wonderful. Romeo and Juliet, the 80s rock musical. The Unitarian Universalist Society of Sacramento and Theater One present Green Room Confidential, Unvarnished Tales of Women in Theater. This one's playing starting on this Friday also, April 21st, and through May 7th, on Fridays and Saturdays at 8 o'clock and Sunday matinees at 2 p.m. This is at the Unitarian Universalist, Society of Sacramento on 2425 Sierra Boulevard here in Sacramento. Ticket prices are $23 for general admission and $18 for seniors and students, and you can get your tickets at greenroomticketleap.com. This show does contain adult content, so they're recommending ages 13 and up to come to this show. It's definitely not something for children. Green Room Confidential, Unvarnished Tales of Women in Theater. Here's another one that's coming soon. A Familiar Feeling, a play about families and ghosts and the cycles of triumph and trauma that reverberate through generations. A Familiar Feeling is playing April 28th and 29th, May 5th and 6th, and then again on the 12th and the 13th. This is a production by Empire Arts Collective. And you can get your tickets at empireartscollective.com, all one word. The production is held in room 13 of the Sierra 2 Center and it's upstairs, and there's a wheelchair lift available if you need all of that. The doors will open on April 28th, like they said. Shows are at 7:30 p.m. and will run from 8 p.m. to 9:30. Performances on May 5th and 6th will be sensory friendly, so they're providing earplugs and sunglasses for anyone who might have sensory issues with those. A Familiar Feeling should be fun. Chautauqua Playhouse is presenting its production of The Wind in the Willows. This is also opening this weekend, April 22nd. And will play through May 6th. This is the wonderful classic stories about Frog and Toad and all of the other wonderful animals that they have in their adventures down by their swamp where they live. So Ratty and Badger and all of the other inhabitants of the river who are trying to keep Mr. Toad in line. So get your tickets to see Wind in the Willows at Chautauqua Playhouse. Roseville Theater Arts Academy is bringing its production called Sean Rooster and the Missing Magical Fiddlestick. I need to see this just to figure out what all of that means. Sean Rooster and the Missing Magical Fiddlestick. Whoa! Say that several times fast. Will open on this Saturday again, April 22nd. And it's going to run through April 30th. It's going to be at the Roseville Theater Arts Academy out on Vernon Street in Roseville. So you can get your tickets now. Tickets are on sale for all of these productions. Here's another one that's coming up right now. This is at the B Street Theater in the Sophia. It's called Brokeology. Now, that might be the word for so many of us at so many times in our life, right? Brokeology. It's a tender look at the King family and a crossroads. There's a little sibling rivalry in there. There's hopes, there's dreams, there's challenges. It should be a wonderful show. They've got some preview tickets available also because they're going to open on Wednesday, April 26th, and then Thursday, April 27th. They've got preview tickets for $20. Then their official opening night is going to be Friday, April 28th at 8 p.m. So get your tickets for this. It's going to be playing from April 26th through June 4th. So this has got a pretty generous run. Brokeology by Nathan Lewis Jackson. City Theater is going to present its final production of this semester year when it presents The Alchemist. This is a new stage adaptation by Adrian Shear, who has adapted and directs this play. And the production is going to open on Friday, April 28th, and it plays through May 13th. Performances are 7:30 in the evening. And there are going to be a couple of 2 o'clock matinees on the weekends. So they'll be at the Art Court Theater in the Performing Arts Center on the Sacramento City College campus. If you've never been to a production at the Art Court Theater, it is quite a nice little black box theater. Very intimate, very easy to see all the way around, very, very accessible. It's really quite a wonderful space to go see theater in. Ticket prices are reasonable. Also, $18 for general admission and $15 for seniors and SARTA members. And so, I love the fact that they have that on there. SARTA members, let me say something about that right now. We have a membership balance for SARTA that you can go and take a look at, or I should say membership levels that you can go and take a look at and decide at what level you'd like to participate to help support SARTA. We are looking for evergreen members, and by that I mean you make the commitment to donate something every month. Maybe it's $5, maybe it's $10, maybe it's $15, whatever you can afford. And you become one of our evergreen donors, supporters, patron of the arts. And we will send you a membership card and a thank you and one of our lovely SARTA lapel pins. And you can show your card at some of our participating theaters who offer a discount to people who support SARTA. So that's kind of a win-win situation. You get to have, discount theater tickets, and you get to support an amazing nonprofit in your town. So consider becoming a SARTA member. We need more members who can do this, and we need all our members going out there seeing some of this wonderful community theater. Also coming soon to Davis Musical Theater Company on their Young Performers Theater Group. May 6th through May 28th, they're going to be putting on Matilda the Musical Junior. If you've seen the movie, you know how fun this can be. So get your tickets soon for Matilda the Musical Junior. One of our classics from our theater family here in the greater Sacramento area is the director and choreographer for this, and that's Mr. Ron Cisneros. He has been just a fixture in the theater community for so many years. He's a past recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award for SARTA, which is, just another milestone that people achieve when they've done so much for local community theater. I can happily say that, my daughters took classes with this gentleman for dance, and it was wonderful. So go and see this. This is something that, one of our local celebrity heroes has helped put on. So Davis Musical Theater Company's production of Matilda the Musical Junior. Also coming to Davis Musical Theater Company will be Newsies, the Disney Broadway musical. It's going to open at their main stage, which is going to happen April 28th, and it's going to play through May 21st at the Gene Henderson Performing Arts Center on Penna Drive in Davis. Disney's Newsies. Did you know that was based on a true story of the newsboy strike from the early 1900s? Kind of amazing. Here's another one that's coming up really soon on April 28th. Also, they're opening at the Lincoln Theater Company, retrospective of Neil Sedaka songs. And you may think, oh, I remember him. You at least know this one, Breaking Up Is Hard to Do. I know you heard this tune. It's going to be a whole show of Neil Sedaka music for this production called Breaking Up Is Hard to Do. Again, with the Lincoln Theater Company, you can go to their website and get their tickets for this right now. It starts on April 28th, and it'll be playing through May 14th. So you've still got some time to get your tickets early. Don't wait until, I think I'll go tonight, and then maybe you don't get a seat because it's already sold out. That has happened. I've been in situations where people have shown up and go, I just want to get a ticket. And it's like, we don't have any seats. We're sold out. So yes, community theater sells out too. So you want to get your tickets early so you can get in there and get a good spot to see. Breaking Up Is Hard to Do. You want to sing along with all these songs, right? Oh, here's another one that's just an absolute classic. I don't know if there's anyone out there who hasn't seen Finding Nemo, but I think you know this story. This is Finding Nemo Jr., and this is going to be put on by the Roseville Theater Arts Academy. This is their Youth and Little Ones workshop for Finding Nemo Jr. It'll open on May 13th, and it's going to play, on May 15th and May 5th. Wow. Let's start again. It's opening on May 5th. There you go. And it's going to play through May 13th. There we go. All right, right at the end. Finding Nemo Jr. for their Youth and Little Ones workshop. So these will be the little bitty children doing this one. I mean, just for the sheer cute factor of all these children doing theater, you need to go and see this. Absolutely need to go and see this. Finding Nemo Jr., Roseville Theater Arts Academy out on Vernon Street in Roseville this May. Roseville Theater Arts Academy is also going to do a production of Newsies. It's going to come a little bit further into the summer, so this isn't going to open until June 23rd, and it'll play through June 25th. It's going to be Disney's Newsies Jr. At the Roseville Theater Arts Academy. And as they put out more for this one, I'll have more to come to share with you on that particular show. Volcano Theater Company is going to present it's celebrating its 50th anniversary, which is just great for community theater anyway. A fun-filled comedy updating the Old English epic, actually, Beowulf. And you know what? You probably got made to read this when you were in high school or something. It was part of your reading list that you had to do, all right along with Shakespeare and some of the other things that are considered classics in literature. This is another one, Beowulf. I think they've sort of turned it around a little bit. So this could be wonderful. Tickets are available now. This particular production will open on June 9th and play through July 8th. So this is a wonderful summer series thing. It'll probably be at their outside amphitheater, which will be just lovely to be in. So, consider going to see Beowulf. You could have a little bit of classic bard kind of literature going on in your theater life. It would be wonderful. Oh, and I mentioned earlier, we were going to come back to Silent Sky. This is the piece where we talk about the actual show that's going to be opening. This is a true story. I hadn't heard this until I saw the promo for this particular play of a woman named Henrietta Leavitt, who was an astronomer back in the 1900s. So we're talking turn of the century kind of thing. She went to Harvard University, which, for a woman at that time was probably, a pretty challenging thing to do. She was working as a human computer in the field. This is sort of the same thing that happened to those women who were doing all the mathematical computations in for NASA back in the 60s, who weren't getting a lot of promo for what they were doing too. So she overcame obstacles and became a leader in her field and did some scientific discoveries that have had lasting impacts on the field of astronomy. And that's as far as I'll go with that. You either need to look her up or you need to get tickets for this and go see Silent Sky. It's going to be playing in August, so this will be in the amphitheater up in Volcano, and it'll be playing through September 9th. So get your tickets soon. It's by Lauren Gunderson, and Lauren Gunderson does some amazing plays, absolutely amazing plays. Here's another one for the Volcano Theater Company. They're going to be putting on a Noel Coward play, another Noel Coward in our selection here. This one's called Blithe Spirit, and if you've ever seen any of the information on this before, it's about ghosts and supposed fortune tellers and things like that. It's an absolute comedy. It's pretty raucous. It's not. It has haunted houses and all kinds of things. It's great fall entertainment, as they put it out here. Tickets are available now. It's going to play September 15th through October 15th. So kind of a fun thing to go do for Halloween. I don't know about you, but for our house, Halloween starts at, sometime around the end of September and goes through maybe even the first week of November. So it's it's a full season. I think it gets longer than Christmas. That's kind of a that's kind of intense. But Blight Spirit will be a great show to go and see and share that time of year with. And go up to Volcano. Again, I keep telling you, it's a cool place to go and visit. It's a great place to see theater. All right, we've gotten to the end of our list of goodies that are going on, but I want to be able to share with you a community conversation. As I mentioned earlier, this production called Voices is playing right now. This will be its final weekend, and it's put together by the award-winning playwright Victoria Goldblatt. And she was really, really gracious enough to grace us and do a community conversation to talk about the production and share some of her inspirations and ideas and some stuff about the production and the actors and the other playwright that worked with her on this. So I'm going to share that with you now so that we can take a look at our community conversation with Victoria Goldblatt on Voices. So give me a moment to do some shifting. I'll be right back. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Community Conversations. Today, I have the utter privilege of talking with Miss Victoria Goldblatt. She's going to tell us about the outstanding production that's running right now called Voices. And they're not the usual ones in my head. So I want to hear about this, Victoria. We're so happy to have you here and hear about the production. So share with us a little bit about Voices and how you're a part of that production, please.
Oh, well, wonderful. It's so nice to be here. Thank you, Iris, for the invitation. Well, Voices is a project that's been in the making for about 10 years, or should I say a lifetime. It's basically comprised of 6 short plays. 5 of them I have written. One of them was written by Maggie Upton, who's also a director and an actor. She directed 2 of the plays, and I directed 4. And as I said, wrote 5, and I am acting in the last play. So basically, the title is Voices because what I've surmised over the years, dealing a lot with people and just my own way of going through life, we all have our ups and downs. I surmise that everybody, even if it's a child, all the way up to a senior, we all want to be heard and recognized. So Voices is, even though it's 6 different plays, there's a theme, and basically it starts out, 2 of them are autobiographical in terms of situations that happened to me as a child, and they deal with the current issues that are happening right now. One of the plays deals with being bullied. One is about Alzheimer's. One is about a young couple who have been together for 3 years, and they have not really spoken up, and they finally find their voice and share their true feelings, and we get to observe the consequences of that. We also get to see Goldie, who is played by me, who is an older gal that has found her voice. And so we see, we take a journey of a young girl who is bullied, and she is, without giving too much away, we see her locked up. She's chosen to lock herself in the girls' bathroom because she's been bullied and she doesn't want to come out anymore. Oh. So it's her story, and she tells her story as to what happened to her and why. And then every play builds on each other. So it's different characters. Each play is a standalone play. However, the theme is very obvious that people are trying to find their voice, or even know they have a voice. And then I think, let's see, oh, and then another play that is, there's two other plays. One is called Remembering Pi, and this is about a professor who was, who now lives in a memory care facility. And she talks about, it's a monologue, she talks about what her life was like as a professor and what her life like is now with dealing with Alzheimer's and living in a facility that is a locked facility. And so we really, the point I'm trying to do is give a voice to people that we normally wouldn't think of giving a voice to. So for instance, in a facility that deals with memory care, and the reason why I know a little bit about this, because I'm a personal trainer that I specialize in exercise for seniors. And I work at assisted living, independent living, and memory care facilities. So I wanted to give a voice to somebody that lived there, so the regular community can get an idea that it's more than that. These were people prior to have lost some of their memory.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah. So each one of these stories gives us a different perspective on a different part of the population. And then the other one is called The Star, and it was about me when I was a young girl. At 9 years old, I was a latchkey kid. So to ward off the loneliness, I pretended I was famous. So this is about, and I have a little 9-year-old gal who is wonderful. She truly is a star. And she's been involved in children's theater a lot. So she plays me. And it's magical and delightful. It's lighthearted. And the other one is called Remembering Pi, is the one about the other woman that's in the facility. And then Goldie is just a lighthearted, fun gal who is at a point in her life where she hopes you like her, but if you don't, that's okay. It's all right. These plays evolved. I started them off and on about 10 years ago. And it was about 6 months ago. I thought, you know what, it's time. It's time to share my story, to let people know that it's not okay to bully people. It's not okay to have our loved ones just put them in a facility and forget about them. It doesn't mean everybody does. Right. It's just that it's time to give a voice to people that we all need to be heard. Sure. And especially nowadays, we have some issues that we're dealing with. Children are bullied for different reasons. I was bullied for being Jewish, so there was I grew up with that, and it's time now for whatever we are bullied for, but it's time now that we give these kids a voice.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So through voices, you're also exercising your voice as a writer, right, and producer. So that, I mean, what a wonderful outlet for all of this. And you mentioned another name that I'm really familiar with, Maggie Upton.
Oh,
I had the privilege of seeing another piece that she directed just recently this year called Constellations, which was
yes, I saw that.
Outstanding. Yeah.
Amazing.
So I can only imagine what she's brought to the table for this too. It's probably extremely exciting. And to be able to have something sort of move through, when you were talking, I was thinking about how it's moving through the life of an individual.
Yes.
Not the same individual, but the life of an individual, the path of an individual. And that's a nice way to look at things too.
And Maggie Upton wrote the play she directed. There's 6 plays. I wrote 5, as I said, and Maggie wrote this one. It's called Nice to Meet You. And it's a wonderful play. In fact, one of my friends saw it, and she said that this was one of the plays that she really related to. It's about an older woman who meets her 19-year-old self.
Wow.
And it's basically, she talks about the butterfly concept, and she's talking to herself, and this young girl who is her gives her an opportunity to make a current decision that she's been vacillating about through this conversation with her 19-year-old self. And it's just a nice, different little spin on conversations within ourselves, the whole voice
Mm.
that we hear, but it's so real on stage that Maggie just created magic with directing this, that when we see it, we know that it's Maggie, not Maggie, we know that it's this character at the 19-year-old. It's herself, but it's so real, you forget for that moment that it's her. And it's just very poignant and fun to watch. So yes, we have an opportunity to really get conscious and listen to the voice within us, listen to the voice of others. And I think that is how we unite and connect to human beings, when we realize that it's not just about ourselves. It's that no matter what religion we have, no matter what color we have, that we're all human beings and we want to be recognized and heard. And I think that's the essence of the 6 plays, that we really have a lot more in common than if we just stop for a minute and really think about how much we are so similar.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting. There are a number of productions right now that are trending along these same lines. I often share with people, it's not just about there's going to be singing and dancing and you're going to walk away feeling wonderful. Sometimes you have to leave the theater feeling a little disturbed and a little pushed out of whatever comfort zone you've gotten into. And if theater can make you think like that, then they've done their job also. So
right. And I think you make a very good point. One of the things that has gotten me through is humor. I love to laugh. So one of the things we end the show with is Goldie. And Goldie is a character. When my Aunt Flo, I was born in the Bronx and my Aunt Flo lived in the Bronx, but we came out to California when I was 3 years old. So she would call up from New York and she'd say, "Hello, darling. How are you? How's the family?" And she had this wonderful sense of humor. And even though I didn't live with her in New York, because we lived here in California, Goldie is kind of an extension of that East Coast forthright way of being and speaking your mind, but a lot of love and laughter. So Goldie is a lot of fun. She's laughing the whole time and makes a lot of, she tells her story through laughter. So even though some of the plays are thought-provoking, we do end it on a very high note.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Oh, lovely. So
yes.
Let's get our particulars out there. Where is it playing? How long is it playing? How many opportunities do people have to come and see this wonderfulness?
All right. So the address is 2201 Cottage Avenue. It's called the Howe Avenue Theater. And that is located right on Cottage Avenue and Howe. That's the recreation center in the park there. And so the recreation center has a nice theater inside. The hours are this coming Friday and Saturday, I think, which is the 21st, 22nd at 7 o'clock. And then a Sunday matinee is at 3. The show lasts about an hour and a half. We have an intermission. And at that time, we serve beverages and snacks. Sunday, I believe we have a raffle drawing. We have, and the profits are donated to several of the charities we want to give back to the community.
Oh, lovely. Wonderful for that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Another one of those hidden gems in our community. A lot of people don't realize how many theaters are hidden in these amazing spaces. You wouldn't think, you'll say, well, it's at the community center in a park. I didn't know they had a theater.
Yes.
Those kinds of things. So I'm glad that those spaces are being used appropriately. So here's the deal. There's 6 of these plays. How long approximately is each play? So it's like 3 and then intermission?
Most of them average around 10 minutes. Nice to Meet You is about 18 to 20.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're all about 10.
Okay.
Yeah. They all have a beginning, a middle, and an end. So they're actually just a little mini play is what they are.
Nice.
Yeah.
So multiple stories in one sitting. That is definitely value added for community theater. sounds like you've got some amazing actors, definitely. I know you've
Oh,
got
yes.
outstanding playwrights here, but tell us about your actors a little
Oh,
bit.
the actors are amazing. I've been in community theater for many years, and I've played with a couple of the actors, and I've been in a couple of Maggie's productions. Um, I would say Janine Romney, who plays in two of the plays. She plays an award-winning play that I submitted to a competition. Won two. I'm bragging right now, folks.
It's
won.
okay.
It's
Blow your
okay.
horn. Go for it.
I won 2 out of 3 awards on I Doubt It in a competition, and I'm very proud of that. And Janine and Charles Valenza, they were in this play 3 years ago. And I called them up and I said, I'm going to, and it was just for a one night competition evening. And I said, I'm producing this with all other plays that I wrote. Would you like to come back and be in it? And they both said yes.
Oh, lovely.
So we have both of these same actors. And of course, then we have Bella O'Connor, who is part of the STC Young Adults Theater. So she's very seasoned. She's an amazing actor. She's 15 years old. She plays in 2 of the plays. She plays in the first one called Holes in the Ceiling, which is the one about the young girl in the bathroom. And then she also plays in Maggie's. She plays the 19-year-old girl who meets herself, the older self.
Okay.
We have, let's see, Janine, let's see. And then we have little Zoe Schroeder, I think her last name is pronounced Schroeder, and she's 9 years old. And for those of you who don't know, Shirley Temple was, let's see, how old was Shirley Temple? Was a star in the 40s, I think. She was
I think
a child
it was.
prodigy.
Yeah.
Child prodigy. And Zoe is 9 years old, and she truly is a star. She is amazing on stage. We're lucky to have her. And Lisa Dirthrich is, and I was played with Lisa in a play called Echoes of the Heart. And Lisa plays the narrator of, she's telling the story of when she was a latchkey kid, and she narrates the story as little Zoe acts it out on stage. It's a magical piece, and Lisa is phenomenal. So I think, and then I play Goldie. And of course, is really, a little bit of my Aunt Flo. And this is also in dedication to my mother and father, who were ballroom dancers. They were the happiest when they were dancing. So Goldie dances on stage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so because she loves to dance. So it's they're not with me now, but I know they're watching, and this is for you, Mom and Dad.
Oh, good. That's excellent. Well, Victoria, it sounds delightful. And as we always say, please, folks, go out and support your community theater productions. These people are doing it for the passion of theater, not for the profit, because there really isn't any. These people love theater, and you will see some amazing actors and actresses on stage, young and old, in this production.
That's true.
Who are giving it their all. And there's so much that we can learn about ourselves and about the people who produce these performances. So Victoria, we have you to thank for that. We're so appreciative that you have taken the time to share with us. How long is your run? When was the absolute last chance somebody will be able to go? And we going through the end of April?
No, we just have 3 more performances.
Okay.
Yes, and it's very exciting. We people can buy their tickets online. Okay. I think you have the link. I think you're going to put up the information.
We'll share that. Sure. Yes. Absolutely.
But the exciting thing is we had 50 people last night that had actually purchased tickets online. Mm-hmm. We had 25 people walked in based on word of mouth.
And that sells.
We were absolutely.
It really does.
I had people. Today I woke up, and last night when I came home, I had texts. I had people emailing me, calling me. People who have been bullied. There was a group of people that came and they went out to dinner after the show. uh, and they would talk to each other about their experiences. And one of them was a good friend, and she had no idea her friend had gone through this. So what we're experiencing, what I got in terms of feedback, is people are sharing their voice with each other and maybe not keeping things inside anymore, and it's generating conversation. So that was thrilling to all of us. One of the gals, I call them our voice dream team, came back and she says, "We got a line out there."
That's always a good problem to have.
So we all were excited about that. It was really thrilling last night too. We had plenty of chairs. We got some more chairs out, and so word's getting around. And I just want to really encourage people to come to our last 3 plays, and we'd love to see all of you, and really encourage everybody to be your authentic self and speak up. Speak up.
Use that voice. Yeah. We're often either shamed or embarrassed, or for whatever reasons, we don't use our voices enough. And finding that, sometimes particularly for women, is a little trickier. So thank you again, Victoria. Thank Maggie when you see her.
Oh, I will.
For sharing all of this on stage with us. It's voices, everyone, with Victoria Goldblatt, Maggie Upton. They've got more performances this weekend. We'll have the information at the end of this recording to let you know where to get your tickets. Let's have another line out the door for them. I think.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Victoria. It's been wonderful sharing with you today. And everyone out there, I hope I see you at the theater soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Wasn't that fun? That was Victoria Goldblatt. She's an amazing, again, playwright, author, actress in our local area. We have so much talent. It is so fun. Voices. This is their last weekend. Get your tickets to go and see this. You're going to get 6 plays for the price of 1. Where else can you get such a great deal? I don't know what else I can say about that, except it should be amazing. Get your tickets soon. Well, all right, y'all. It's come to that end of the show, that time in our gathering together where it's time to let us publicize what you're doing at your theater. What's happening in your neck of the woods? What can we tell people about? Please let us know here at SARTA. You can go to sarta.com/shows, our show where it says shows and auditions at the top of the bar on our page. There's a space down at the bottom for you to enter your information, what's happening at your theater, what kind of amazing things are going on. What's the latest and greatest that you want to share with us? Put it in there so we can put it in our main calendar. If anybody's looking for anything in community theater, direct them to our website. Say, oh, you're looking for theater? Go to the SARTA website. They've got all the latest information on what's playing and what's coming up. And if you've got your information in there, folks are going to see it right away. So let us publicize you. Let us help you blow your horn, because your theater company is amazing. If you have not done so before, if you're here with us on Twitch, please click the little heart to follow us. You'll get the notification each week when we get ready to get started to do this broadcast and share some of our cool community conversations with you, like the one I just did from Victoria Goldblatt. I've got another one coming up. We're going to get ready to record one with the folks from Woodland Opera House. Mary Nauman and the folks over there are going to come and share what's going on in their neck of the woods out there in beautiful Woodland. So we've got more community conversations coming. So follow us on Facebook at SARTA Theaters. Follow us on YouTube. We have a YouTube page, SARTA Theaters. Once we're done with these Twitch broadcasts like this, Twitch only holds it for a couple of weeks on their format. I always convert it and upload it to the YouTube page. So you can go back at any time and look at some of our archived This Week at the Theater, our archived community conversations, because they're all there for you waiting. So because we don't want you to miss any of the good information that went by, or miss seeing some of the great people who have come to share with us here at SARTA before. So check us out, follow us so you can get the latest information. And it's like I tell you each week, if you see me there, please make sure you say hi. I hope I see you sometime soon at the theater. Take care, everybody. I'll see you next week, okay? Bye.